Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education." After 143 years, ladies and gentlemen, Graeme College has never failed at educating its scholars. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to Mr. and Mrs. Watson, honored guests, staff, families, and of course, my fellow Graemers. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot speak about success without mentioning acknowledgement. Acknowledgement of those that have excelled, but more importantly, acknowledgement of those who have paved the way for that success. And as a result, we express our utmost gratitude to those teachers, to those friends, and those families. And for, of course, the support that we receive from people that might not be mentioned, but people like the staff that are on the grounds that work and try and make sure that our grounds look perfectly well. And on that note, I thank you, Mom and Dad, for being here tonight. I'm grateful. It is with great honor that I deliver the Graeme College Senior School Report for 2016. This report allows us not only to reflect, but also to appreciate various achievements by the many Graemans. To kick off the academic year, we had Grahamstown's top achiever, Jair Flaxman, receiving his re-award for academic honors, which made the hope of a successful 2016 even more possible. Our own modern-day Leonardo da Vinci's and Picasso's continued putting out their amazing artwork that we very thank them for doing, and we continue appreciating the beauty of their work. The annual Eastern Cape English Festival for grade 11s was an academic opportunity that was accepted with both hands and served as a very helpful learning experience. From what I hear, it was also quite fun. In relation to science, which Dr. Kelly renamed the Science Saga, the annual SciFest Africa Festival was definitely a highlight of the Graeme Science program. The theme, a matter of time, tied in perfectly with the mentality the various quiz teams entered the competition with. Out of the 6 teams that entered the competition, 1 junior team, including Jaffet Duplessis, Reese Green, and Tashin Patrick, and 1 senior team, comprising Nazim Bernisco, Jair Flaxman, and Kabir Sani, were both selected for the finals of the competition. And because we never crack under pressure, both teams won in their respective divisions, hence proving that it was only a matter of time before Graeme dominated the Rhodes University High School Championship again. 3 of our students, with a passion and taste for research, entered the annual ESCOM Expo for Young Scientists and made it to the regional finals, which were held at Rhodes University. They entered in categories as divergent and massive as environmental management, physics, astronomy, and space science. Sebastian Amner's project deserves special mention. His project dealt with the biocontrol of invasive plant species. Now you get why I called it massive. And was judged as the best award in its category, as well as the best grade 11 project in the entire competition, and the 3rd best project overall. From now on, guys, we call him Sebastian Isaac Newton Amner. The boys who did English Olympiad thoroughly enjoyed the topic of darkness in a man's heart, and did it particularly well. Special mention needs to be made of Jair Flaxman, who came in the top 50 out of 8,000 entries. That same man himself, Jair Flaxman, came 2nd in the province and top 20 in South Africa when he participated in the MISA Mathematics Olympiad. If all that amazed you, don't worry, there's more. From a cultural perspective, Graeme was really in the spotlight this year, from amazing voices to fantastic instrument players and of course very talented speakers. Bono once said, "Music can change the world because it can change people." Ladies and gentlemen, Graeme College epitomized that. Our choir, once again, sang wonderful melodies which always had audiences amazed with their powerful voices. The senior choir performed amongst 400 other choristers at the Masitule Maist Choir Concert, which was actually held right here in this auditorium back in May. This massive music extravaganza is proof of the talent, abilities, and potential not only Graeme, but Grahamstown as a whole actually has to show to us. Several music learners performed at the East London Ice Deptford, and many achieved very well-deserved bronze, silver, and even gold awards. Other festivals attended included one at Woodbridge College, where the senior choir won a gold award. The choir also had a very successful tour to Kimberley, with 3 prominent performances. They also had the opportunity to visit the Big Hall, which is described as not only a national, but also an international tourist attraction. The Major Sixth, an a cappella vocal group, joined the steel band in providing entertainment to Stanford University's Hotel School graduation ceremony. The steel band continues being a very popular extramural activity. Fun fact, this year marks the 20th anniversary of the band, and trust me, they had fun. Their very foot-stomping and head-nodding adaptations of songs were seen at events such as the opening of the Science Festival, which included special guest, Minister of Science and Technology, Naledi Pandor. They also enjoyed a 6-day tour to Cape Town, which included performances at the V&A Waterfront and the Baxter Theatre. The tour was followed by performances at a seafood evening for Rotary in Kenton, the Rhodes University Golden Key Society Awards evening, and at the St. Andrews Music Festival. The band also participated in the Port Rex Lions Eye Stedford in East London, where they awarded the top award, as well as a medal for the best high school steel band at the Eye Stedford. One thing that Graemians never miss out on is appreciating the community they reside in, and making sure that they give back to it whatever they can and whatever they can as well. A very well-known leadership program, Ryder, had a camp attended by pupils from various schools across the Eastern Cape, and two of our learners, Ntsiga Ndungane and Shumelo Chibase, grabbed the opportunity to attend that. By the way, Ntsiga Ndungane was invited back as a senior leader from the Ryder program. The President's Award and Interact Club programs continue excelling and display their very philanthropic manner through contributions and fundraisers. The Nelson Mandela Day initiative aimed at collecting blankets and distributing those to less privileged people that form part of the wider Grahamstown community. The first aiders capably, comfortably, fielded 15 matches on any given Saturday. These 9 boys are possibly the most dedicated Graemians and care very deeply about others. No offense to other guys. And many boys, opposition and our boys alike, are capably treated by these men. The computer labs on a Monday morning after any big weekend match can be compared to traffic at 5 p.m. in Johannesburg. This is caused by people trying to get pictures that were taken of them or recorded videos of their matches, which wouldn't be possible without Mr. Willie and his AV team putting in an unimaginable number of hours to try and make sure that each and every single event is visually documented. Many boys at Graeme College have gotten into the very good habit of donating blood. This is something that is ably encouraged by the blood peer promoters. The importance of reading is something that cannot be stressed enough, and our librarians work extremely hard to make sure that students are constantly surrounded by great books written by the best authors. Debating at Graeme College shows people how much power the voice actually has. Maintaining, as always, a win rate of over 85%, our debaters made sure that their arguments were watertight and rebuttals more brutal than ever. The Provincial Schools Debating Tournament held at Queen's College this year was eagerly anticipated. Matthew Kirk, a junior debater, was selected to represent the Eastern Cape in the upcoming national tournament in December, and Oyisa Kachaza was not only selected to represent the Eastern Cape team as a senior, but also ranked 3rd in the overall competition. Tashin Patrick was selected, again, to represent the Eastern Cape, but at senior level this year, and was ranked 6th overall in the competition. The second Shakespeare Festival was a spectacular event that was enjoyed by many. Much Ado About Nothing was perfectly acted out by a very enthusiastic group of Graemians, so well that you would think we met Shakespeare himself to discuss the different roles. They received a standing ovation. The Wildlife Club also enjoyed an interesting outing to the Great Fish River Reserve, which gave them a greater sense of appreciation for our environment and the importance behind trying to conserve that. The cricket season was kicked off in very fine fashion, with victories against much fancied St. Albans College and Cambridge High School during the Grahamstown Schools Cricket Festival. Highlights of the season include Garvin Dumpies claiming his 100th wicket against Muir College and Mark Am's hat-trick against Alexander Road High School. Mention must be made of Stephen Porter, Liam Agnew and Garvin Dumpies for their standout contributions to their teams. Since resuming cricket in September, the team has had a fantastic form and have won 6 out of 6 matches. The rugby season started with a tremendously successful rugby day, with people coming from all over the country to witness some blood-boiling rugby. On average, the senior school fielded 9 games, and every Saturday, boys turned out with passion to make sure that they showed their support for their fellow friends. A highlight for the first team was beating Pretoria Boys High School at the St. Stephen's High School Festival, a very successful festival which built even more camaraderie amongst the team, which carried them right through the season and could even be witnessed in the way they played against the very formidable Kingswood team towards the end of the season. In addition to that, Azazipo, Ngongo, and Arnell were both selected for provincial teams in their respective age groups and performed superbly well for their province. Attending that same St. Stithians Festival was the squash team. This is a very young and yet strong team that must still be watched as they grow and improve into great squash players. Special mention must go to people such as Dale Pote, Garwin Dumpies, Liam Agnew, and Stephen Porter that were all part of different provincial teams. Tennis remains a popular sport and is well supported. With more than 7 of our own boys dominating Albany sides in various age groups, it's no surprise why the first tennis team is unbeaten in the country. A highlight for this team was the overseas tour to the United Kingdom. Here they played 4 games, they won 2 and lost 2. Old Graeme, Jerry Kingsley, met up with the team and took them on a tour of the Lord's cricket grounds. They were also privileged to attend Wimbledon for 1 game. Athletics remains on an upward trajectory, with more than a dozen athletes competing at district level. Special mention definitely goes out to Sitomba Masakane that broke the Taktadu District Under-17 triple jump record at the age of 16. The school's annual sports day kept its tradition of being a very competitive day, with 3 records being broken. At Hirschild, Bushebetu Planga finished first in the under-14 high jump, and Sitomba Masakane once again sparkled brightly when he won the under-16 long jump and was also part of the under-16 relay team, which won the relay final. With a beautiful Olympic-sized swimming pool, the Graemians enjoyed their swimming and water polo. Whilst the water polo team is still growing, they were tremendously enthusiastic, and the high point of the year was the tour to Neisner, where they competed in the harbour. The swimmers also proved to be ambassadors for the school, swimming in league galas as part of the 8 top swimmers. High school boys that played a significant role here are Jason Lee, Andrew McCullum, Greg Terblanche, and Cody Schmidt. The hockey team started their season off with a very enjoyable Kingswood Hockey Festival and even improved their game further on during the season. They showed immense guts and determination in their match against Kingswood and proved that time would only make them formidable. Seth Valtain, an exceptionally talented young hockey player, was selected to play for the under-16A EP side. Outside of school sport, other Graemians excel and are commended for their efforts. Brent Smith is our very own karate kid and represented South Africa in Ireland earlier this year. Similarly, Andrew McCullum got involved in the biathlon and was selected to represent South Africa in the under-14 age group. He is currently competing in America. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, 2016 has been a very memorable year. And often things happen so fast that we don't sit down and realize how much we actually cover in a very short space of time. There are 2 key concepts that I want to leave with you, and I hope that those will resonate in your minds well past tonight. The first thing is staying away from complacency, because complacency is self-destruction. Compare success to mountain climbing. The higher you go, the more difficult it is to breathe. And the first thing you want to do is get down, because we do want to breathe. And relax, so-called relax. But that's definitely self-destruction, because you don't nurse your wounds during a battle. Never be complacent. The second thing is do not try to be realistic, because being realistic already means you don't believe in your abilities. If we had asked any of the young men that will be receiving awards later today, 5 years ago, if they thought they would actually be receiving those awards, they would have probably said, no, that's unrealistic. Well, look at them now. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to realize that, as Confucius once said, the man who says he can and the man who says he can't are both usually right. God bless and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.